Hi guys, and welcome to Daily Dental Hygiene, and I'm sure you're wondering why I have a suction tip and why I have a cup. Today I have a request from a student to go over how to suction properly. Why am I drowning my patients? What am I doing wrong? And what can I do to fix this? The reason I have a cup is it is very similar to a mouth, so it's easier to show you on this cup. Couple ways that you can suction. You can also go on YouTube and watch different videos as well. So let's start off at the basics. So gravity. Water is going to flow where there is gravity pulling it. So when your patient's like this, the water is going to flood to the back of the throat. What I have my patients do is I have them slightly turn towards me and I have the suction on the right side, so that the gravity is pulling that water, that saliva to the suction. This is like 50% of the battle, working with gravity. Here is a suction. I'm going to show you a couple different ways. The number one thing you can do is just bend it. Now this is an issue because when you bend it, you're going to put a kink in it, right? Like a hose. If you bend a hose, it'll kink. What you can do is take your fingers right here, bend it properly around your fingers so that you prevent that kink, right? Engage their mouth. Like, you can even ask them, when I go to suction a patient, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put the suction in your mouth. Let me know if you need more suction or if it's too far back. There is nothing more uncomfortable than being drowned for an hour or gagged for an hour. Those suck. And patients always complain that, like, I was gagging the whole time, I was choking the whole time. I'll put the suction in their mouth and I'll begin and I'll say, everything feeling comfortable, everything all right? Do you need me to adjust the suction at all for you? Because I'm polite and I don't want them for an hour. Have you ever sat a patient up and they're like, God, I feel like I got waterboarded for an hour. And you're like, crap, why didn't you just tell me? I could have adjusted the water or like figured something out so you were more comfortable. Like, Jesus, I just freaking drowned you, Jerry, for 45 minutes. We could have fixed that. So when I go to Cavitron, I'll put the suction in their mouth and I'll do a couple teeth and be like, everything feeling okay? Is the suction in a comfortable spot for you? And they'll say, yeah, or it's a little bit too far back. Okay, yeah, no problem. Thanks for letting me know. Let me adjust it. So if that's the case, if it's too far back, just choke up a little bit on that dip and bring it a little bit more shallow. So the issue with suctioning is what happens, right? We put it in the mouth and it sticks into the cheek and it gives them like a hickey in their inner mouth. And then you like can't even suction. You're just suctioning their cheek and they've got like bruising in their mouth. What you do for that is you bend the edge a little bit. So when it's in their mouth, it's pointing towards the midline a little bit more instead of this. And then it's just in their cheek and it's like it's not even freaking suctioning. It's just stuck in their cheek. So bend it. Bend it a little bit up. So when it's in their mouth, the tip is not going to get stuck in the cheek. Another thing is the pigtail. So I've learned this in school. I like this method as well. You're going to take your 3 fingers. You're going to hold it and you're going to bend it into like an S shape. So if it's straight, take your 3 fingers, take your 2 fingers, you're going to bend it down and around. So down and around. And this is like what everyone does. And then you take it and you suction it like this. And it rests on the cheek. It's like a pigtail. It rests on the cheek. Try which method works for you. But like I said, whatever method you use, have the patient turn slightly towards you. It's easier for you to scale in Cavitron anyway. If you can use direct vision besides indirect vision, it's always better for you. So always have your patient slightly turn towards you. The water, the saliva will naturally flow. Or if you're left-handed or you like the suction on the other side, because, you know, whatever side you like, have them turn towards the side that the suction is. So everything is gravitationally going to that area. So the pigtail method is great, but like I said, sometimes you'll notice a kink like this. If there's a kink, it's like you're not going to get anything suctioned. So undo it, and make sure you wrap it around. You should really be using your index finger a lot. Wrap it around your index finger so that you're not getting that kink, you're getting more of a curve. I see a lot of people not getting a curve and it's kinking, so they're getting a lot of issues with suctioning, or it's stuck in the cheek. But adjust it. Like when I put a suction in someone's mouth, I don't adjust it one time and then I'm good to go. I adjust it throughout the appointment. If I notice it's too far back, if I notice I'm suctioning and it's the lip of that is too high up and it's not straight down, it's not suctioning enough, I'll bend it a little bit. So now it's more towards the throat and I'm not getting so much of that drowning. On top of it, I let my patients close every couple teeth. I let them know before I cavitron or while I'm cavitroning, I'll do like 2 teeth and I'll be like, and close for me and open. And I tell them, I'm gonna stop every couple teeth and just let you close, just so I'm not drowning you for the appointment. And you can even make a joke like, Mondays are already difficult enough. I don't need to waterboard patients on top of it. Like I say funny things, right? There's nothing worse than being drowned for an hour at the dentist, right? And they kind of chuckle and laugh, and then it gives them the opportunity to lighten up and then have them close real quick. If they don't know how to close their mouth properly, I tell them, make your lips, make a kissy face. Patients always do this, or they bite down on it, or they go, and it like stops the suction. I tell them to make a kissy face, and then it'll suction easily, and then tell them to release. I always just let them do it a couple times so that every few teeth, so that they're not drowning. If they start to drown, maybe take your foot off the pedal. When I'm spraying my patients down after coronal polishing, I'm not spraying. I'll spray a couple teeth, let the suction have a section to suction up a little bit, then spray a little bit, then suction. If they start to drown, I will either turn the Cavitron water down. I mean, you can only turn it down so much because you've got to keep the tip lubricated so that you're not burning the patient's mouth. But, you know, I'll adjust my Cavitron a little bit, or maybe adjust my position a little bit, and then I'll get back into it. So that gives them like a 3-second period for the suction to suction a little more water. Make sure you pull the suction forward. It's really hard when you're suctioning someone like this to have them close. I take the cord and I bring it to the midline. If they try to close and it's like they can't even make their mouth into a kissy lip, and then they end up getting water pulled on them, just easily, quick, takes 2 seconds. And then put it back. Bring the suction forward, let them close, then drop it back. Just bring it forward. When you bring it to the midline, they're not gonna dump water all over themselves, and they're gonna get an actual legit suction, which is gonna be, it's gonna save your sanity. And the patients don't feel like they're drowning the whole time. All right, guys, take care.